Earlier today, I saw a video on my For You page of a woman of color responding to a comment from someone saying, if you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, take the Palestinian flag out of your bio, because the woman was supporting Palestine and had the Palestinian flag in her bio. And her response was, okay, I'm never going to support Palestine again. And I was reading the comments and I was like, there's other countries struggling in the world. Not everything's about Palestine. If you can't listen to Palestinians telling you that Kamala Harris funded and supported our genocide, therefore we are not voting for her, therefore we are not going to support her publicly. If you could hear us say that and your reaction is, well, I don't care about Palestine. I'm never going to talk about it again. I'm never going to support you guys again. You're a really bad person and you never actually cared about Palestine. People treat politics like it's just like a trend. Like it's really cute to be like, I love Biden, I hate Biden, I hate Kamala, I love Kamala, I love Palestine, I hate Palestine. Palestine isn't a trend because thousands of Palestinians are dying every day while you sit on your phone and decide whether or not you're going to support Palestine today. I am glad that that girl took Palestine out of her bio because she was obviously never a Palestine supporter. And if you can be that easily convinced that the people in Palestine don't deserve your support because someone told you that you're wrong for voting for the person who funded their genocide, then you really never cared. And it's really horrible. You can have your opinions on Kamala. I'm not here to tell anyone who to vote for or who not to vote for. I'm also very much not a Trump supporter. I would never vote for Trump. I don't want him to win. He also hates Palestine. But if that...
I mean, you guys are like idiots. Even if your ideology is correct and Trump, let's say Kamala is evil and Trump is also evil. I mean, if your narratives are true, you should want to vote for Kamala because that's the only way that you would get Trump out of the White House. I mean, I'm saying even within your framework, even with your worldview, the best way to get Trump out of the White House would be to vote for Kamala, even if she's evil. Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys don't have like simple logic. Like, this is why the woke always like eats itself and destroys itself, because they can't do basic math. Because what the hell is wrong with you?
That's all it took for you to publicly revoke your support of the nation where babies are dying, where they have the highest number of amputated children in the world. You never cared in the first place, and you just saw us as a fun trend to do while you were waiting for the next big thing. That is Kamala Harris. You disgust me.
He disgusts me. Let's go. Here's another disgusted woman. Let's see what she has to say.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala.
I'm starting to see a lot.
Wait. Let's actually listen to her video without the commentary and then look at this black man responding to her. So let's listen to this.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your fucking mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to try to persuade you one way or another. I know what I'm going to be doing come November, but my fucking God, just sit with your cognitive dissonance. Don't try to shove it onto the rest of us, all right? Palestine has nothing to do with it, because if you cared about Palestinians, you would not be sitting here saying that you were going to vote blue no matter who. No, you'd be putting these politicians' feet to the flames. You'd be demanding more. You wouldn't be saying, oh, I'm going to vote and then maybe I'm going to try to organize. You who have never organized a day in your fucking life. Just zip it, all right? Zip it. Us Palestinians, sick of hearing your shit.
Us Palestinians. You wouldn't survive a day in Gaza, lady. What the hell's... Okay, never mind. Let's go to this one. This guy. Okay, so this guy's responding.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala.
I'm starting to see a lot of these videos coming out, and I feel like someone really, really has to speak on it, so I'm going to. And I'm going to tell this with all my due respect. Palestine is not the only country that's dealing with genocide right now. I am from Congo, in case you cannot tell. I'm from Congo, okay? We are also dealing with genocide in Congo. In fact, the genocide in Congo has been going for way longer than the genocide in Palestine. The genocide in Congo...
This is the oppression Olympics, okay? So this guy, I mean, he has a point. Of, like, why do you think that your cause is the only cause that matters in this planet? But like, okay, whose oppression is greatest? Let's talk about that.
We are also...
This is why the left eats itself. This is because the left is about oppression Olympics, and at some point they cannot cooperate with each other. At some point, the identity politics, the intersectionality points, who has the highest points. Because if you keep pointing at everybody and calling everyone evil, at some point you're going to call each other evil for not having enough intersectionality points and being part of the oppressors, right? I mean, everybody has some privilege points somewhere that it will be marked as a sign of like devil. So this is why they always, at some point, they will turn on each other, right? So it's like, hey, you think you're oppressed? Let me tell you about my oppression.
I'm from Congo, okay? We are also dealing with genocide in Congo. In fact, the genocide in Congo has been going for way longer than the genocide in Palestine. The genocide in Congo has made 8 million of victims. 8 million. And you might wonder, why am I making this video? Well, I am making this video because I'm going to support Vice President Kamala. 100% I'm going to. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to support Vice President Kamala. Listen to me. This is one of the Congolese genocide enabler. His name is Dan Gettler. This guy is an Israeli billionaire who owns mines in Congo. This guy was sanctioned in 2017 by President Barack Obama for corrupt and illegal mining. Listen very carefully. He was sanctioned by Obama. Obama is a Democrat. Okay? This dude got reinstated. Someone gave him his money back. Someone gave him his money back. Do you know who did that? Donald Trump. Donald Trump gave him his money back. It was one of the very last things he did as a president was to give this guy his money back. And do you know who sanctioned this guy again? President Biden. President Biden sanctioned him again. So currently, this person does not have his money. All the money, all the illegal money he made in Congo, he does not have it right now because of President Biden. So one thing I know for sure, Vice President Kamala, she's not going to let this guy get his money back. And another thing that I know for sure is that if Trump gets back in office, Trump is going to reinstate this guy. Trump is
See, this is, I mean, within their own ideology, this makes more sense because these guys, at least the Black Americans, are treating this as like smaller wins. It's a spectrum. It's not all or none. The pro-Palestinian advocates here, they're treating this as black and white. It's either this or nothing else. It's either 100% or nothing else is sufficient. So these Black Americans are like, well, I mean, there's a whole but in between that this might not be the most ideal, but I prefer it. So I'm going to vote for what I prefer, even if it's not 100% what I want. So politically, like when it comes to political strategy, the Black Americans here are making more sense than the pro-Palestinian people. I mean, I'm not saying I don't agree with their ideology, the woke ones here, but it makes sense at least for their goal that, yeah, this is the right way to get to what we want.
Who's going to give him his money back? How do you think Israel is getting all that money? Because of this guy. He's one of the people who are giving money to Israel. So if you want to stop this guy from getting his money back and potentially giving that money to Israel, make sure that Trump does not make it. Now let's be real for a second, because I feel like a lot of people don't take this part in consideration. Listen, a lot of people have lost their jobs for supporting Palestine. A lot of content creators got their account banned for supporting Palestine.
No, bullshit. They got their accounts banned for supporting Hamas. So what do you mean? I support Palestinians here all the time here. So I support Palestinians by saying we should support Israel to get rid of Hamas. Many leftist content creators are supporting Palestinians, but they're careful enough not to support Hamas. They're not losing their accounts. Bullshit. You lose your account when you're supporting Hamas, not Palestinians.
A lot of people got hurt physically for protesting for Palestine. A lot of people have ruined their relations with their families and friends simply because they were on the side of Palestine. So if you're going to tell all these people who have sacrificed so much for your cause that they are wrong for choosing a candidate who
Oh, but no, you lost your job. That's nothing, because the Palestinian children are losing their lives. So you should care about nothing else in your own life because of that. So that's again, your life does not matter, sir. Apparently, everything has to be sacrificed for the cause. Again, not my. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just making fun of the other side. YouTube, I'm making fun of the other side's narrative. This is not my view.
is going to preserve their rights in their own country, then I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are being both ungrateful and disingenuous.
Exactly. They're being very ungrateful because nothing you do matters unless you sacrifice everything. Okay, so let's look at is this the same woman as before? Is this the same video, or I think this is a different video? Let me listen to this.
Something that has become abundantly clear to me over the last 24 hours is intergroup fighting is literally exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want.
Yes, actually, she's right about that. As a Zionist myself, you guys fighting with each other, I'm having fun with this. This is amazing. But again, even if you know that, you're not going to be able to stop it, because the left always eats itself, right? The far leftist people always end up turning on each other. So yes, you're right. As a Zionist, I confirm I am enjoying watching this. But what are you going to do about it?
Exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want. Intergroup fighting, be that between the Black community and the Palestinian community, be that between Palestinian allies themselves, be that between Palestinian allies hating on other people for doing certain things, like voting for Kamala, is exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want, and they love it, and this is going to ensure that Trump gets in office. And nobody wants that. Recently, a lot of pro-Palestinian allies have been harassing activists online who are voting for Kamala, and they're saying things like, if you're gonna vote for
You're what? But I think this she recorded this earlier, because later videos she's one of them actually. She's actually one of them.
her, do not support Palestine. This is very counterproductive. Originally, I understood the sentiment because it can be very frustrating. However, you are just convincing more people to not support Palestine and making them not want to support Palestine.
Yeah. By the way, when these people say not support Palestine, in your head you always have to hear Hamas, okay? Because again, remember, the Zionists are supporting Palestinians by supporting Israel, right? So these people are not supposed. They say that they're supporting Palestinians, but they're supporting terrorists. They're supporting Hamas, right? So listen to this part again.
Because it can be very frustrating. However, you are just convincing more people to not support Palestine and making them not want to support Palestine.
Yes, and you are, and thank you so much for that. You're making more people not support Hamas, and this is why I'm showing this. So-called pro-Palestine movement is more people will be convinced that the same thing that Iranian people were convinced of. The same reason why in Iran people are chanting in their stadiums. They go listen to the stadiums. Iranians are chanting that shove the Palestinian flag up your ass. That's what Iranian peoples are chanting in their stadiums in Iran, with risking their own lives chanting that. This is why Iranian people avoid walking on Israeli flags, because they want to respect their Israeli flag. I made videos of that in my previous streams. Go watch that. This is why the Iranian people know that this movement is not worth defending. This is what the Israeli people figured out first, that there's no negotiating with this movement. It's all or nothing. They want everything. This is what the Iranian people recognize. And again, this is something that the Arab world is realizing in the past couple of years as well. The Gulf Arab countries are recognizing that this is not a movement that you could give something and it will be like, okay, we're happy with this. You can't negotiate with a movement that wants everything, and nothing short of it is good enough. This is why Israel cannot make peace with this movement, because look, what are your terms? Our terms is for us to give everything between the river and the sea, and for you to stop existing. Do you agree? And the Israelis say like, yeah, no. How about we give you this part? Like, no, we don't want. How about you could become Palestine, becomes a nation state, and we live side by side? Nope, you have to stop existing. That's what we want. Like, okay, yeah, you're not a movement that we could talk to. And I hope like more leftists and more Black Americans and more people of the world realize that this is a movement that the only thing you could do with, the only response to this movement is to completely defeat it, to crush it completely. There is no negotiating with this so-called pro-Palestinian movement. So thank you for demonstrating this. And guys, make sure more people like the stream, more people end the stream, see the stream, so that by liking it, so that more people become aware of it. I'm taking advantage of your civil war, of your internal conflict, to demonstrate why nobody, even people who sympathize with you, should not get on this bandwagon. It's not worth it. They will never be satisfied. And eventually, they call Zionists, Israelis, and white people evil. Eventually, they will call you evil as well, because you will not meet their standards.
It's abundantly clear that majority of these people that are leaving slanderous comments on a lot of people's pages that are on the same side of them are not Palestinian at all. There's a lot of people co-opting this movement. Now, I've stated that
yeah, but most of the pro-Palestinian movement is not Palestinian. So what are you talking about, lady?
Kamala is not my favorite candidate. And personally, before I was saying that I would not vote for her. But I've said so many times, please vote for her if you want. Like, nobody has the right to tell you you can't vote for her. All I ask is that you continue to support Palestine.
So this is after, when she realized that then fucked up, like they done wrong, that they made a huge mistake. This is like, she's like trying to do damage control, because there's people are attacking each other so aggressively. The next video is a compilation of a lot of these videos. The next video is a lot of fun, so wait for that one.
But these allies make it hard when you tell people you can't support Palestine and vote for Kamala. Everybody loses in that situation. If you came here for drama, you're not gonna get it.
Oh, we're getting drama, lady. We are getting it. Don't worry. I have other videos for that.
Apologize on live today to the creator that I hurt.
By the way, this is so hypocritical. She was in so many of the videos that she posted. This same lady, she was part of the drama. And now when she realizing how embarrassing, now when she realized that Zionists are picking up these videos and like laughing at them, she's like, oh my God, we screwed up, didn't we? Yep, you did.
Never in a million years did I intend for these things to happen or this conversation to arise, but I'm glad that it did, because it showed, one, how quickly in-group fighting can happen, and two, I need to be more careful about who I make videos about, because I do get angry as a Palestinian about things about Palestine, but sometimes it can be harmful to other people. I want to say anything else about this. I just want to say, for everybody saying that I'm a hypocrite because I haven't supported Congo, Sudan, posted about Sonia Massey, things like that, it's all untrue. I've posted countless things about Congo and Sudan over on my Instagram. I'm Palestinian, so I do focus more on Palestine, but
so that's the point. Actually, you are an anecdotal evidence that your movement doesn't focus on this. Your movement is very self-obsessed, and even you do not focus on that. You just post those just here and there, just so that you can say this, right? And also, if you're focusing on Palestine because you're Palestinian, then shut up and don't blame Americans when they're focusing on America.
I would never purposely ignore the genocides, and I raise money for them and have actively raised quite a bit of money for Congo. And on the other hand, and Sudan, actually, we did a fundraiser for Sudan. And on the other hand, I posted multiple videos about Sonia Massey on my page. If you just scroll down a bit, I just wanted to put that out.
What about the oppression of the Islamic Republic on the Iranian people?
Out there, because I have spoken about those things quite a bit.
But wait, what has that been on your list? Because you guys ask the main supporter of the so-called Palestinian cause is the Islamic Republic of Iran, on the broken bones of the Iranian people. Are you ever going to mention that? Your movement would have no funding and no support and no organization and management without the support of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The only reason why your movement is relevant is because of the backing of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Are you going to mention anything about the Iranian people who their bloods and tears have been used by the government to be able to fund your movement?
So, I don't want to talk about this anymore. The other creator doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I publicly apologized on live. I never meant to hurt anyone. And I really hope that this doesn't cloud people against supporting Palestine, because that was never my goal. If anything, it was the opposite.
Let's look at this. This is the fun part. Let's look at the a compilation of all these videos together. This is fun.
Bro, I don't care. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm
So look, this same lady that's like, oh, let's not fight. Look at them. They were fighting. They were fighting. And now she's like, look at how, this is the same woman. Look at the hypocrisy here.
bro, I don't care. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm letting you know
You
that
called
I
me
did
a
not
bug-eyed
know you
hussy.
existed. Yeah, I did.
In recent days, American Palestinian content creators started an online attack against the black community for their stance on domestic issues and for voting for Kamala Harris.
Black people also wear a uniform and get on a plane and come to our countries and kill us. You vote the same fucking melanated fucking people into government that signed papers to kill us. I don't want to hear it anymore.
What have you done to change your government? I don't think crying on your phone is an example. What narrative are you pushing by showing black soldiers in the Middle East being told that we should put our issues and lives and rights behind everybody else's, including Palestinians? I don't want to hear y'all tell us to put ourselves last. I'm sick of it.
The way you all switched up 180 on Palestinians and people who are Palestinian activists, the second we have a black woman run for office is disgusting.
Keep Palestinians' names out of your mouth when you're trying to defend your decision for voting for Kamala.
I'm starting to see a lot of these videos coming out, and I feel like someone really has to speak on it, so I'm going to. The genocide in Congo has made 8 million of victims.
He's saying Palestinians, and he just doesn't listen.
This video, coupled with all of the other Palestinians and their disrespectful and denigrating videos towards people like me, I'm done. So the money that was coming out of my bank account every month to help Palestinians over in Gaza, yeah, that's going to stop. And I'm going to redirect those funds to help the people over in Congo.
Kamala Harris is 100% more culpable for this genocide than Donald Trump is.
You know what? At this point, I will happily take it out of my bio, because if that's really how y'all feel, as if Donald Trump gives a damn about Palestine, fine. I will take it out of my bio. I will never speak about it ever again. Trust me, I will never speak about it again.
Something that has been cultivated in the pro-Palestine spaces. But in the last week, we have seen a lot of folks who have talked the talk about global solidarity completely renege on all the values that they have been saying they stand for.
If I bring up like a black issue and someone's like, oh, people of color, I said black. Black. Because other people of color don't even like us.
Liberals weaponizing anti-blackness to defend the US empire, all because they want a token ethnic president, who, by the way, was an ex-cop.
And like, what's even crazier is that earlier people were like, oh, these are bots. No, this is how people really feel. And she made a video. That's a real human being that feels exactly that way. These aren't bots. These are people that feel like they are entitled to the support of black people no matter what. That they get to push us around and tell us who the hell we get to vote for if we support them. As if that means we're supposed to just not give a damn about ourselves in order to show our allegiance to supporting them. They've lost their minds.
You guys keep bashing white people for slavery. But why don't we ever talk about the Arab slave trade and keep in mind that the Arabs have enslaved more black people than the Europeans combined?
When it
Oh, shots fired. Oh, what happened? Oh my God. Oh, no. Shit. Oh, somebody mentioned it. Holy crap. Oh no! Okay.
to the people who we are supposed to be defending over in Palestine, guess what? Those same communities treat us with voracious racism. And you're asking us, don't look at them. Don't look at our racism. Don't look at our past history and how we've treated your communities. Help us, save us, be there for us. But guess what? When we need you guys, no one's standing up for us. When we have gone through this oppression for the past 400 years, why didn't any of you come racing on boats to come and help and save us? It don't take 400 years to get from Palestine over to America to stop the genocide that was happening to us for 400 years. It does not take 400 years to stand up for Black Americans and stand in the line of fire with us. It doesn't take for you to have simple human decency when your businesses are allowed to thrive in our neighborhoods, when they were burnt, beaten, and torn away from us. We spend our money with you. We stand in solidarity with you. And you keep asking for more and more and more, and it's never enough. Because I don't want to hear, oh, we was there for 2020, because that was a cute little trend. But guess what? 3 months later, it was over. Y'all wasn't bringing down Starbucks and McDonald's and Kellogg.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was so good. That was so good. That was so good. I loved it.